Toni and Martin Cranmer have been married for the last 30 years. In March 2013, they celebrate their pearl wedding anniversary. Today, their son Chris is embarking on a special journey, where he will visit locations significant to his parents' lives together in order to discover more about their past.
I've seen these type of programmes before, and I'm really interested in knowing more about my parents, so I'm just hoping they don't dump me with some idiot who's got no idea where he's going.
Local historian James will take Chris on a tour beginning in Romsey, the town in which Toni and Martin first met. James studied history at London's prestigious Oxford University, where he spent several summers under Tony Robinson.
Well, my historical credentials speak for themselves. In fact, I've actually been interested in gynecology from a very young age.
Genealogy.
Genealogy.
Chris has come to meet with James here in Romsey Memorial Park.
I've chosen the park to meet Chris here today because it's particularly quiet and tranquil, and there really is no one around for miles.
It's a chilly morning in the busy market street. Nearer the river, it is calm and peaceful. James has arrived to meet Chris at the bandstand in the centre of the park.
Well, hello number one, what's your name and where'd you come from? Sorry, is this not blind date?
No, it's a new historical thing we're doing. It's called Who Do You Think You Are?
Right, okay. So, well, Chris, have you come far? From Poole. Ah, in Dorset.
Sorry?
In Dorset, did you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I'm just sorry.
Right, okay. So, well, I believe you're here to find out more about your family. We're going to go on a little walk. Anywhere you want to start?
I thought we'd start in the pub.
Oh, have we finished already, have we?
No, that's where they first met.
Ah, okay, excellent.
Do you know where you're going?
Do I know where I'm going? I know Winchester, like the back of my hand.
Okay, but this isn't Winchester.
You're right. Okay, well, I'm only joking with you. I do know where I'm going. Follow me.
Okay. Essentially this way.
Oh, right, okay.
Following her education at the Mountbatten School in Romsey, Toni began working for an insurance company, which used to operate from this building located next to the park. She later moved into a studio apartment, and for an evening job worked in this pub at the Old House at Home, where she and Martin first met.
And here is where it all first started, the Old House at Home pub. Toni was working here, and in the early 80s she met Martin, and I can see why. It's a lovely establishment. They serve a very wide range of wines and beers.
Bitter?
You're not wrong, so I wish I brought my gloves.
Yeah, shall we go in then?
Well, no, we can't. I was barred last week. But I'll tell you what, no time for that. Let's go to one of the town's main historical attractions. It's over there.
Actually, it's this way.
Oh, yes.
On the 19th of March 1983, Toni and Martin were married at Romsey Abbey. Family and friends gathered in the grounds after the ceremony for photographs, after which the wedding reception was held in the Wedgwood Lounge, located nearby in Tea Court. The Abbey is the largest parish church in Hampshire and has a rich history dating back to the 10th century.
Originally, this was a Benedictine nunnery founded in 907 AD by King Edward the Elder. And
why are we walking backwards?
well, the cameraman can only walk forwards. So he found it for his daughter. Now, the construction began in 1120, but wasn't finished due to a lack of funding until the reign of King Henry III in 1250.
That's only an hour and a half.
No, it's the years you thought, wasn't it?
Oh.
Anyway, you've been here a couple of times before. Can you remember the names of any of the sisterhood?
No, none.
Right, okay. Well, in its early days, the nunnery received quite a bit of funding from Ethelred the Unready, and also his sisters, Ethel the Not Quite So Ready, and Josephine the Just Putting My Shoes On. Let's go and explore more of the Abbey.
It's this way.
I know!
Following the dissolution of the monasteries, town locals reported several ghostly sightings around the Abbey grounds.
Now, Chris, this particular area of the Abbey was notorious for a mysterious order of monks known as the Black Hoods. Now, they haven't been seen for several hundred years. They're said to wander the grounds without any trace, and I'm not entirely sure when the last sighting was, but it was somewhere between 1205 and last week on Wednesday.
Would you recognise one if you saw one?
Would I recognise one? I know my monks, I'd absolutely recognise one. Sorry, mate, didn't see you there.
Who was that?
Brutus, isn't it? Don't know, probably a vicar or something. Anyway, follow me.
It's this way.
Ah, yes.
Shortly after their marriage, Toni and Martin took their first steps as a couple on the property ladder and bought a house together. They began married life here in Saxon Way, a road in Romsey a short distance away from the town centre.
So, Chris, this is the next stage of our tour, and I'm sure you'll agree it hasn't been your average tour so far.
You can say that again.
I'm sure you'll agree it hasn't been your average tour so far. Excellent. Any ideas why we're here?
Because the car broke down?
Well, yes, that, and this is actually the place that Toni and Martin used to live at.
Who?
With your parents.
Oh,
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, it's just over here. Follow me.
It's actually this way.
Oh, yes, excellent. Well, blimey, that's a hell of a climate change. You've only walked 20 feet. Where'd you get that brolly from?
Found it in the hedge down there.
Okay, excellent. Well, here we are, 39 Saxon Way, the very first house your parents lived in together. Now, I'm not entirely sure when they moved out, but I did ask their next door neighbour, and she's not entirely sure, but she estimates it was somewhere between 1989 and 2007. Now, of course, it's not occupied by them anymore, it's now owned by an Irish family.
Oh, really?
No, O'Reilly! Yeah, all right, please stop. Well, now, let's go on a little whistle-stop tour of some of the other locations your parents used to live at.
In the late 1980s, Martin chose to study and also lecture at the University of East Anglia, where he completed his doctorate. For this, he and Toni relocated to here, Holworthy Road, in the village of Bowthorpe, Norwich. It was in this location that their son Chris was born.
So, Chris, this is the second place your parents have lived at. This is the suburb of Norwich called Bowthorpe.
Doesn't look very suburban.
Well, they've had a bit of a problem with flooding recently, so... And of course, over there is Holworthy Road. And, of course, Bowthorpe is actually the place you were born in.
Really?
No, we've done that one, haven't we? You know, really, O'Reilly earlier on. Now, I'm led to believe several famous people have lived here. In fact, Ken Dodd himself used to have a house just over there.
Did he?
No, Doddy! Now, do you want to know where we're going next?
Please let it be home.
No, it's actually Yorkshire, so lead on Macduff.
Now with their son Chris, Toni and Martin moved again a short while later to Park Street, located in the town of Cleckheaton, East Yorkshire. It was here that Toni gave birth to their daughter Jenny.
And here we are, Chris. This is another of your parents' former places of residence. This is Park Street in the Yorkshire town of Cleckheaton.
How do we know that? Because there's no sign.
Oh, you're right, actually. Oh, it is full off. Here we go. Excellent. And of course, Cleckheaton is the birthplace of your sister Jennifer, and is also known for its eccentric locals. Howdy, boys. How do?
Tut dog in top field. You seen it?
Try Tutbush.
Thank you very much.
Anytime. Excellent. Now, Chris, we're going to go somewhere a little more exotic now. It's overseas. No, even further than that. Follow me.
In the early 1990s, the family moved again, this time to Fissin in eastern France, a village notable for its remarkable resemblance to Romsey.
Well, here we are, Chris. Slightly more interesting location. This is the French town of Fixins.
It's actually Fissin.
Is it? Oh, excellent. Okay.
Do you really expect me to believe this is France?
No, yeah, I mean, look.
Good morning. It is.
What more proof do you need?
Following a short period of living in France, the family returned to England, back to their previous hometown of Cleckheaton in Yorkshire.
How do, boys?
How do?
Seen Tut dog yet?
Husky?
Tut dog yet?
No.
Okay, I'm not all right then. Cheers.
In 1995, the family moved to a new house located in Eastbourne, East Sussex.
So, Chris, here we are, the last place in our little tour, Sheffield Park Way in Eastbourne on the East Sussex coast, another place you and your parents used to live at. And would you believe it, Eastbourne was actually the primary setting for the film Ben-Hur. And actually, when this programme finishes, I myself are going to begin a new career as a theatre director, and I'm going to be producing a stage version of Ben-Hur.
Are you having me on?
Well, no, I'll give you an audition, but I can't promise anything. But no, I haven't even told you about the king who invented the metal fire guard, Alfred the Great. All right, fair enough.
Over the last several years, the family have lived in numerous locations abroad, including Switzerland, Mexico and Australia. Martin's latest place of work is in the Indian province of Punjab.
So, that's right, well, here we are then at the end of the tour, and the big question is, of course, have you enjoyed yourself?
I have, but what about the other places they live? Melbourne, Mexico City, Geneva?
God, there is, isn't there? Sorry, completely slipped my mind. Well, the money's run out, I'm afraid, so we can't go there, but will you join me for a beer?
I can't, I've got to be able to catch a flight to Russia, so let's go.
Well, actually, Chris, before you go, I bought your mum and dad a present, I've got them a watch.
Hello?
No, just the watch, actually, but there you go, off you go. Thanks for your time. Lovely to meet you, Mother. Well, all that remains for me to say is from the glorious surroundings of Romsey, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Who the bloody hell threw that?